Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Nightjar Tarot. Here I am Nightjar, and here the beautiful Nightjar bird will be one of our guides as we move through each of the readings on this channel. If you would like to hear more about how this channel came to be or more about the Nightjar, I will link a video in the comments section of this reading. But for now, let's just move straight into this reading, and it's going to be all about messages from your guides. So I've got this beautiful deck here. This is the Sacred Spirit Oracle, and I'm going to shuffle out 3 cards and add to them a crystal so that you can see which one is calling to you. Thank you to those of you who have come across from my other channel, and also to those of you who are new here. It's lovely to connect with you all. Okay, for pile 1, which is our card for pile 1, please. There we go, pile 1. Our card for pile 2. For pile 2. And our card for pile 3. For pile 3. Let's move them across a little. I started going a little bit too far to that side recently in videos, so I'm just a bit cautious about being off screen. Okay, so for pile 1, I am going to give you, to connect with your crystal, the egg, selenite egg. So if you're drawn to this selenite egg, or maybe the number 1 calls to you, or perhaps when I put the first card down, that caught your eye. If anything at all drew you over here, or if this egg is calling to you, then you will be pile 1. For pile 2, we have the selenite pyramid. So if you're drawn to this selenite pyramid, if anything at all calls you to either of these, or maybe you were just drawn to this second card, or the number 2 holds meaning for you, then you will be pile 2. And for pile 3, this selenite heart. So if anything at all is calling you to this heart, or to the 3rd card, or maybe when I flipped it out onto the table, then you will be pile 3. So feel free to pause the video at this point if that's helpful, if you need a little bit more time. And as always, just taking the messages that resonate for you, that connect for you, leave behind anything that doesn't. And especially if anything comes through that feels off in any way or upsetting. If something comes through that's upsetting or shocking, that's a great sign that it's not resonating for you and it's not your message. So just leave it behind for someone who connects with it. Okay, I will timestamp all of the piles, and I look forward to seeing you at your pile and moving forward with lots of love. See you there. Okay, beautiful pile 1. I felt very called today to use the beautiful Dark Mansions Tarot, so that's what I'm going to go with, just what I felt called to. So we'll just slide your card over here, and I'm going to start shuffling out some cards onto the table and see what it is your guides would like to share. What would they like to share here? little bunch there. That's what happens sometimes. No. There we go. All right. Let's roll with what we've got here. I might just move that over there. Let's see. So you have got 3 of Swords, 2 of Wands. I may just stand up and check in a moment that that's not off the table. And 3 of Cups. King of Cups. Knight of Wands. 8 of Pentacles. Third eye vision. Reclaim your mind. Okay, so in the center here you have got the Knight of Wands and the 2 of Wands. Wanting to move in a particular direction, I feel. Maybe feeling like you are between 2 spaces here. And do you know what this is making me think of here with the King of Cups and the 3 of Swords? I always think that this is very powerful, this vision of a locket with hair in it. It's making me think that perhaps certain people have a particular vision for you with the King of Cups and the 3 of Swords sitting on top. A particular vision for you that may have made you feel held back or kept back. Now, maybe they haven't specifically said to you that they want you to stay stuck or that they want you to stay where you are, but perhaps on some kind of level, on some energetic level, you are aware of it. You are very aware. I feel Spirit is saying that some people in your world or in your life have a particular idea of what you should be doing or have particular thoughts around what you should be doing. I couldn't quite understand why the word particular kept coming up at the beginning of this reading, and it does come up a few more times. But as we get deeper into the reading, it does become clear that it seems to be connected to one of your guides. And I feel like with this central column here, Spirit is saying that pole 1 has big plans, wants to move in a particular direction. Third eye vision, reclaim your mind. It almost makes me think that perhaps a part of you with reclaim your mind may be almost with some other people or almost entertaining their thoughts of what you should be doing. How interesting. Now, I don't know if this is because particular ideas were put into your thoughts at an earlier time in life, or because particular people, you shared a particular vision, or sorry, that word's coming through a few times. I'm not quite sure if there's something around that. Maybe the letters or something around that word is important. The P and the A may be important, but there may be something around a vision that was shared between you and another person about where you would be going or what you would be doing. Like they may have said to you at some point in time, hey, this would be great for you to do. And you may have agreed, like, yes, I'll go in that direction. It could have been parents, it could have been a partner, it could have been anybody. But it feels like to me that at some point in time you were on board with this. Like, yeah, I'll go in that direction. That's what I'll do. That'll be good for me. I'll enjoy that. That's what I want to do. But something shifted. But in that time frame, their ideas about you or their vision of you or their connection to you, because I'm being drawn to the chain, didn't necessarily break. There may be some sort of thread that you are sensing or picking up on in the ether, okay, in the psychic field that you are picking up on that still feels connected to you. So whilst you may have a different relationship with them or your direction may have changed, their thoughts about you and their ideas about how your life is not unraveling, how your life is unfolding, maybe playing into your own energetic field. So this is saying reclaim your mind. Your guides are asking you, or perhaps one guide, we'll go into that in a moment, your guides are asking you to pull back your energy from some kind of shared vision that you had with someone, or some kind of energetic pull you may be feeling from someone about what they think you should be doing, or what they once visualized and may still be visualizing you as doing. Perhaps even for a few of you, Pile 1, I feel called to say that they may even have a vision of you doing a particular thing now. Like they may think that you are doing something, but you may have gone in a different direction. That's a strange message to come through. So perhaps the last time that they saw you, you were taking a particular path. I'm sorry, there's that word again. How strange. You were taking a certain path, or you were headed towards a certain path. And so as far as they're concerned, that is what you are doing, or that is how they visualize you at this point in time. And so they have some kind of energetic connection to that visual of you, that thought form of you. And you can sense it, and you feel connected in some way to it, or you feel like the tug of it, the pull of it. And I feel like your guides are saying that something about that pull, or that energetic pull, makes you feel perhaps that it's preventing you moving in the direction that you want to go. I haven't even gotten to these cards yet, so I'm just working back here at the moment. To just stay with me if it feels like it's resonating for you. And so there's this awareness that somebody, or maybe more than one somebody, it might be a couple of people or a group or something like that, they think I'm doing this, or they think I'm going to be doing this, and because of that it may be preventing me from moving in a certain direction, or it just feels like it's heavy on my energy, it's pulling on my energy, it's making me feel a little bit stuck when it comes to this freedom of moving in a particular pathway that I want to go. And there's you balancing on this tightrope here. So let's look at her balancing on this tightrope. What's going on there? It's like you know where you want to go, but you're kind of stuck in this in-between space, even though the passion is there from within you to want to move in a certain direction. You may be feeling an expectation, you may be feeling a pull, you may be feeling eyes on you, you may just be feeling energy on you, you know. I'm wondering if that word that kept coming through, and I'm not going to say it again because I feel like I'm enhancing the energy, but if there may be a connection to the name Pat or Patricia, or something around the P and the A may be relevant for someone as well. So I'm just going to put that out there in case it connects for someone. Moving across here to the Three of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Now this could be something to do with particular, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, pile 1. This may be something to do with work you want to do. This may be something to do with a direction of study you're wanting to do. There is something around energy or work that goes into this, okay? So it's not just I turn in a direction and it's there for me and it's handed to me on a platter. There is work that needs to be put into it. There is some kind of expenditure. Something needs to be spent. The wheel needs to be turned here. Okay, so we see them putting the energy in, spending the energy. But I feel like you are prepared to do that, but something is keeping you a little bit like I'm just trying to maintain my balance here. I'm just trying to maybe disperse this energetic field, or just release that first. I want to look on the bottom of the deck. The Hanged Man. Yeah, there it is. There's this Hanged Man energy around you. And so your guides are coming in and they are asking you to reclaim your mind. Not so much reclaim your energy. Your energy is yours because it requires energy, right? To stand on this tightrope, it requires energy. So I feel like energetically you're there. There's something about you standing in your own space. But when it comes to the mind, there may be a lot of thinking about what would these people think, a lot of thinking about I can sense them, I can feel them, I can imagine what they're saying, I can imagine what they're thinking. There may be a lot of reflection on the past. There may be a lot of reflection on conversations you've had in the past. There is something about the mind here that your guides are coming in to talk to you about, and they are asking you to reclaim the energy of the mind. Let's expand on this for those who are resonating. Christine just came in then. I'm not sure if that name came in another reading that I did recently, because as I said it, I thought maybe it did. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going here. All right, we're going to move over. We're going to come straight in over this reclaim the mind, and I'm going to come to this deck. Tell me about this, please. Pile one's guides, tell me about reclaiming the mind. What is this about? Reclaim the mind. Doesn't feel right. Sorry, pile one. I just need it to feel right. Okay. The astronomer, discovery, augury. Okay. The astronomer, the champion, achievement, downfall. The astronomer, discovery, and the champion. So the champion is making me feel like perhaps you value this person's opinion of you, or at some point in time you valued this person's opinion of you. Achievement, downfall. You may be worried about them seeing you not succeed in a particular endeavor. Discovery, augury. Let me just get the book and just have a little peep at this one. This book is very, very interesting. Okay, it says gold, the astronomer. Gold instruments were. A telescope tilts upwards, revealing galaxies impossible distances away. The planets turn, reliable and infinite, unaffected by the frantic lives of men. The astronomer thrives in shadows. For it is the brightest night that shows the brightest stars. Sorry, it is the darkest night that shows the brightest stars. Where others look to books and histories for knowledge, the astronomer knows that there are greater powers at work in the world. The constellations tell them what they need to know. You're in a complex situation, and clues on how to navigate it won't come from past experience. Now is the time to look both beyond and within for answers, and to trust in your intuition. Let go of the material needs and concerns that are holding you back, and meditate on what your gut is telling you. Others who are like-minded may be able to guide you. Be open to their perspectives, but don't be bound by them. Okay. And so perhaps your perspective now is very different to what it once was, and perhaps the people that you once connected to don't see things through the lens that you see things. And so I feel like there is a message here with these cards coming through, and the messages that came before with Reclaim Your Mind, about you having made some kind of shift in the way that you perceive your perspective. Like something about the way you perceive things and your perspective that doesn't align with people from your past. And so you may be feeling this energetic tug from certain connections from the past who maybe expect you to still be in that way of thinking, or maybe that way of living, or on that trajectory that you once were, that maybe did align with you at certain times, because we change, right? We're ever evolving, we're ever changing. Well, those of us who are growing are doing that, right? Those of us who are growing are ever changing and ever evolving. And there may be something about certain energies that see you as still being on a certain pathway that you were on, and not being able to release those ideas of you. And you may be feeling that pull, or feeling that that kind of flex, you know, that kind of, I know that word has different meaning now, but feeling that tension. And this may be causing you to sit and say, well, you know what, I've got a certain situation that I would like to apply my new perspective to and my new way of looking at to, but I'm not quite sure about it. So I'm just going to stand on this tightrope, because I don't want to have this downfall. Like, I know that, like, a part of me senses that I can achieve where it is I want to go. You've got that 3 of Cups, this certain direction that I want to put the energy into, that I want to apply myself to, but I'm not quite sure. It may be feeling quite new to you, and I feel like Spirit is saying to you, reach towards others that, what did it say here? The exact words were others who are like-minded. Reach towards others who are like-minded, who may be able to guide you. Just be open to their perspectives, but don't be bound by them. So whilst you may be feeling pulled back to old perspectives, there are others around you who have a like-minded perspective to you. So it's okay to open up. Don't be bound by them. Trust in your own perspective is what I'm getting here. I feel like there is something about really trusting in your own intuition, reclaiming your own mind. But I just want to see what else I get on that. Yeah, achievement and downfall, because champions, that's taking risks, right? It's taking risks, because those 2 words are kind of opposites to one another. Let's keep going. Show me what's going on here. Show me more about this. Guardian. Yeah, your guides are coming in, I feel, to say that they are, well, what I want to say here, pile 1, and sorry, I can't even remember back to my intro at this point, but the other night I was doing a meditation, and I had one particular guide come through with a very specific message, and I feel like for you, pile 1, that is what this is with Guardian coming up, that you have one particular, not that you just have one guide, but that you have one particular, maybe that's why the word kept coming through. Okay, so the letters may have been important, but there can be layers that come through with these messages. And so that's why I kept getting the word, I feel. There is one guardian, one specific guide that wants to let you know that they are coming through with a very protective energy here. They are coming through to support you through this. Those of you who feel like you have a decision to make, or you are facing something at the moment about where to put your energy, you're trying to make some kind of choice, and you are maybe facing some kind of decision where you feel like it will be an achievement or it will be a downfall, and are feeling a little bit nervous about taking some kind of risk here because you're worried about, you know, do I trust my intuition? How do I do this? Who do I reach out towards to get some information? Who's like-minded here? And you may be feeling like maybe you've got some naysayers or people from the past that aren't really comfortable with growth vibration, all right? Maybe they like to stay in this kind of more locked energy, this safer energy. I feel like this guardian is coming through to say, I'm here, I'm supporting you, talk to me, tap into that energy, use your intuition. That's why that word kept coming through. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. So reclaim your mind. One of the ways you can do that, I feel, is by connecting with this guide. Some of you may know who that is, like you may already have a sense of this guide, this particular guide, or you may just have a sense that there is something there. I do have guides. You may know that you have a good intuition. You have this good these good psychic senses, but you may not have a sense of one particular guide. And so maybe just reaching out and say, show me a sign, give me a sign that you're there for me, and give me a sign that I can trust, and just start communicating, just start talking. Okay, even if it feels silly at first, that's what I feel. I'm going to ask for more on that, more about how pile 1 can connect. So you're being asked to connect here, okay, to help to expand your trust and your experience in just relaxing into your intuition, especially those of you who resonate with the message of feeling pulled back towards energies who may be saying, you know what, your old trajectory was the good one for you. Your old pathway was good. Just stay on that if it doesn't feel right for you. Okay, 5 of Swords, 9 of Cups. Try not to burn my fingernail there. Okay, 5 of Swords, 9 of Cups. And I'm asking how. Let me look on the bottom. 10 of Pentacles. 5 of Swords, 9 of Cups. Pile 1. This makes me feel that many of you had some kind of past experience where you feel that perhaps somebody, something felt like it was a hopeless situation. Somebody may have done something to you, or I hate to use that language actually. You may have felt like somebody did something that disregarded your feelings, okay? Totally disregarded your feelings, and they did something that benefited themselves, okay? I'm very much drawn to this red around his mouth. Let me just look at it. Actually just got liar, liar, pants on fire. So I don't know if it was something around the words that came from somebody's mouth that you felt were quite hurtful, something around that. And then the 9 of Cups sitting next to it, it's like you look back at it and it all worked out for the best for you. And so I'm not quite sure if, because I asked about how do you connect more with this guardian, if you had some kind of experience at that time that you're being asked to look back on and connect back to that time and space, of course in a way that feels okay for you to do so. But there may have been something that you connected with then in terms of your guides that you're being asked to connect back with now. So if there was something you were doing at that time, maybe you were meditating or you were journaling, or there was something you were doing at that time and space, you're being asked to return to look back to. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles underneath. Let me see if I can get one more card on that. Let's not expand on that. Can we get something with a little bit more clarity on that, please? Oh my goodness. This could have had to do with family. I'm not sure why, but I'm very drawn to the dog here. I always talk about dogs being connected to loyalty. So it could have had something to do with that, but it could literally have had something to do with a dog also. So someone could have, there could have been something that went on that was hard around a dog, and you reach towards your belief system for that, or something around a very difficult time that you went through. And at that time, you got through it by reaching towards your belief system or reaching towards your guides maybe, or you had some sort of sign. I feel you are being asked to reflect on that time and to call in that time to reconnect. And this will help you to recall and remember this particular guide to help to bring forth their energy. I'm also getting the color green. I know that that's not exactly green in that card, but the color green feels important. I'm being drawn to that chair there as well. The color green. So something around maybe green stones or a green area, or you may have like something green around you that, oh, look, there's a green stone even there on the table. But green may be relevant for connecting with this particular guide. Yes, I just got a confirmation then as I was talking. So I feel like your guide is just saying to you, this particular guide, it's not to say that your other guides aren't around you, but this particular guide is saying, I'm here with you, helping you while you feel like you're balancing, feeling like you want to move towards something, but you're cautious about it. You don't feel confident in it. You feel like you're being pulled towards some other energy that's saying, you know what, it's safer to stay here, or you might not succeed at that. And also giving you that nudge to reach towards like-minded people that just have ideas. Doesn't mean you have to take them all on board, but they will help you to maybe tap into your own passion here for whatever it is and to reclaim your mind here. All right, so let's keep going. What else for pile 1? What else is the message? Green, focus. This may involve for study for some of you. I'm very drawn to her eyes there, and this is going to be a very specific message, so it may only be for one person, but there is something around an optometrist. Now, I don't know if this means studying something to do with the eyes, like optometry, or putting something on your eyes to actually look closely, you know, like, and I don't mean glasses, I mean where you have to look closely at like jewelry or look closely at something in very fine detail. So studying something very intricate. Lament. Yes, this is almost like if I don't do it, I will regret it. There's this fear. You have this fear that if you don't move forward with it, you would regret it. I feel like many of you are worried that you're not going to proceed with this. There is a fear around not proceeding with whatever this is that is on your mind that you're wanting to do. And so I just want to, I'm being actually drawn across the table as I'm talking, pile 1, to a card that is sitting on my table. Vision questing. Look at that, it's like third eye. You're also being asked to visualize where it is you want to go. So something about the eyes is very important. The third eye as well, visualizing the visual. So your guides are asking you to visualize, even to create visuals of what it is you want to do, where it is you want to be, what it is you want to manifest. So there are quite a lot of messages coming through around shifting your energy from this space, this kind of locket energy, to this space of action. And I feel like that brings in this 3 of Cups. And that is all part of the process of reclaiming the mind. And your guides, one in particular, is here to help you with that. There are also others around you to help you to tap into that energy. Okay. All right, what else for pile 1? What else do I want to get here? Okay, I've got another deck just sitting there that I want to bring out to play. What else for our beautiful pile 1s, please? Embracing your emotions. Don't push your feelings or judge your emotions. See, some of you, pile 1, and I know that this whole pile was more about the action and what your guides are giving you a nudge to do, but I do feel like there is something in this central thing here, because the Knight of Wands is like the passion, right? And then you have this 2 of Wands up here where you're kind of doing that balancing act. But I feel like a lot of that is coming about because of the emotions. And see how she's hidden behind the wings there of that beautiful unicorn, or Pegasus really, isn't it? Is that right? Pegasus? She's hidden there, like she's tucked away, she's safe. And so there's something about staying safe, because there is some kind of, I have to say, it does feel like it could be a bit of fear. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But it does feel like a bit of fear, and it could be coming from a fear of failure, a fear of how others are looking at you, one particular person, what would they say, what would they think. And I feel like your guides are here to say, you know what, you are so incredibly powerful, pile 1. You have this beautiful ability to move into this energy, and you have so much passion and fire within you that they want you to just embrace these emotions, even if they do feel a little bit scary, and don't judge them. Don't say, you know what, I'm I'm going to lament this, I'm going to regret this, or I'm so hopeless because I can't do this, or I've let this go too long, or whatever the story is that you're telling yourself that is just embedded in other people's story about them not maybe having done what they wanted to do. You may have paused, you may have just sat on it for a little while. That's okay. We all do that. I've done that plenty of times, but that was where you maybe needed to be for a little bit of time, just to build a bit of a momentum. And, you know, don't regret that. Maybe that was just the right thing for that time. And now I feel like Spirit is saying, this is your moment, this is your time. And everything is just there working in unison for you. All the right people are there. The like-minded people are there ready for you. And Spirit is there saying, you know what, I'm here for you. And I've got to say, with Guardian, what better Guardian could you have than this beautiful crocodile energy or alligator energy? That's very, very powerful. It's like it will snap up anything that tries to get too close and take away your good vibe. And so it doesn't mean you have to let go of people that, you know, you might love or care for, but if they want to come in with any kind of negativity, it's like, not today, you know, not today. I'm flying high here. I'm climbing onto the Pegasus and we're off and running or off and flying, and we're going in the direction that feels right. And so that is what I feel your message is from Spirit. And I'm going to pull a couple of letters out here, pile one, just to see if there's anything that comes through in terms of initials for you or something that you might be wanting to do here that's connecting to your energy. But if you'd like me to expand on this reading or do any type of specific type of reading that may be helpful for you here, let me know, because I really want to make this channel about the people who are gathered here, okay? I want this channel to be a very powerful place where we can gather and get things through that, you know, ask Spirit what we want it to be about. So you've got T, you've got M, B, X, A, G, M, F, N, and O. And just because your letters might not be there, it doesn't mean it's not your reading. Take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't. But this is somebody who has been wanting to move in a certain direction, but has been sitting on it largely because of some kind of energy that they feel has had them anchored, potentially to do with past people, maybe family, maybe love connections, can be any kind of energy really, but there is certainly some kind of shift coming in here, and I feel like your spirit guides are saying this is the moment, this is it, it's coming in, people are around you, and that, I feel like that Two of Wands is about to shift into like Three of Wands energy, moving forward, and Three of Cups celebration, but it's about reclaiming the mind. That's where it begins. And so I hope that that's helpful. I'm not making these readings terribly long, but I just want to bring the message through as clearly as possible. Okay, sending you lots of love. If this reading resonated, you can hit that like button and leave me a message if it connected, and hit the notifications too if you'd like to receive a message when I post on this channel. Okay, see you guys. Lots of love to you all. Bye. Okay, beautiful pile 2. Let's get your crystal there and your card here, and let's start shuffling out your tarot. What would your guides like to say to you for pile 2, please, Spirit? And take that one for pile 2, and that one. Okay, let's have a look. King of Cups, Nine of Swords, Ace of Cups, Eight of Wands, Judgment, Ten of Cups. And your card Galactic Healer. Move on with an open mind. Oh my goodness, pile 2. Okay. Pile 2, I had to pause when I laid your cards out because they came through in such a powerful way, and that's the only way I can describe it. I know that laying them out, they may just look like a bunch of cards, but I feel like with that central column there, the Nine of Swords and Judgment, to me, this feels like you standing in the middle of all this emotion and all this that you've given out. And then you've got Galactic Healer here to the side. And to me, that feels like somebody who, I mean, look at the imagery here at the Nine of Swords. This feels like somebody who has given out so much to the world, who has spent so much time reflecting on why that doesn't always come back in the way that it is given, and is doing some very deep soul searching, I feel, about something maybe that has gone on here, particularly with the phrase move forward with an open mind. There may have been a situation that you put a lot of care and love and thought into, and it doesn't have to be a romantic situation. Love can be so much more. There are so many ways that we can share our love with others, family, friendships, you know, all kinds of situations in life. But I feel like you extended yourself, and maybe this has been something you have done in many, many ways, because we've got the Eight of Wands here, the Ten of Cups. This can be family, this could be anything. But I feel like with the King of Cups coming up as the first card and the Ace of Cups, you put yourself out there. You're somebody who shares yourself heart and soul. And particularly with the dragonfly there on the Ace of Cups, this is someone who connects what they do and their passion that they put out into the world, the love that they put out into the world, to their belief system, to their connection to spirit. And because Galactic Healer is coming up, this tells me that what you give to others, it benefits others, it heals others. You have given healing to the world, to others, you know, in a myriad of ways, but this hasn't necessarily come back to you. And we see with the Nine of Swords and Judgment, there can be this deep wondering why, what's going on, what's the purpose, what is the point, why does this keep happening? Maybe that could be what's going through some of your minds. And I'm going to expand on this and try and, you know, flush it out a little bit, what's been going on and why we've got these cards in the center here. But first of all, I just want to begin by acknowledging this journey that it looks like many of you have been on. And if this is resonating with you, I'm so sorry that you have given so much and that you may be feeling or may have gone through something that left you feeling in this Nine of Swords energy. All right, let's have a look. We're going to come in over the Nine of Swords, just making sure the deck the way I want it there. Right way up, even though we may get reversals at times. That's okay. Okay. Let's have a look. Two of Pentacles. The Hierophant. Taurus energy there. So Three of Pentacles. Okay. So let me just put that down there. I just want to get one more to expand on this a little bit. Because there's going to be different situations, okay, that have led people in pile 2 to this. No, it doesn't feel right. Let me just shuffle a little bit more. I feel like with the Hierophant coming up there, this could be representing connections, like a deep connection some of you have had that you felt very let down in. But I also feel like with the Hierophant coming up, this has caused you to question your beliefs, question the way that you are in connection. Like, is this the right way for me to be? Am I giving too much? Should I just pull back? Why is it that I just seem to keep getting hurt? Or like, how should I behave in connection? What should I be putting my energy into? How should I be? How should I move forward in the world? But I feel like the message here is literally move forward with an open mind. Don't let this make you a jaded person. Don't let this close you off. And one of the things I'm thinking back to, and I'm not sure why this is coming to me right now, is a long time ago. It must have been maybe a year ago, maybe more. I can try and find it and share it on my post here. I posted I think it may be just a flower image on my other channel. And it was a post where I just woke up one morning and I was thinking about the people that I'd met in my life. It was actually after an encounter with someone who was, well, it was a couple of encounters actually, but, you know, I'd come across somebody who was not very nice to another person, and I thought to myself that it was really unnecessary. And then I came across somebody who I knew had been through a lot and had a lot going on in their life, and yet they extended themselves and were very kind. And so I put this post up and I was talking about that. Sorry, my little dog's home. Hang on, I'll just pause. She likes to come in and greet me. Anyway, this other person I knew had been through a lot and had a lot on their plate, and yet they still made the time to extend themselves to someone. And it got me thinking about how some of the people in the world who have been through a lot are some of the kindest people you will ever meet. And this makes me think of your reading here, pile 2. This makes me think of the energy that I'm getting from your cards. And, you know, some people, I guess, when they move through things, and I say this without judgment because we all respond to situations differently, but for some people, life's difficulties and life's challenges can cause them to close up and to become hard. And yet I feel like you, whatever you have been through, have just kept giving and being kind. And I don't mean that in the way to, you know, where you keep giving at the detriment of yourself, but I just mean that your heart has been very open and very kind. And I feel like Spirit is saying to you that this is something beautiful about you. Like, you are a healer. You are a galactic healer. You are someone that is very special on this planet. Now, of course, the thing that I feel called to say at this point, I feel very called to say it actually, is that it's really important that we also have boundaries, because you don't want to be in this energy. You don't want to be in an energy of feeling deflated or like everyone is taking and there's nothing left for me, even if you are a healer. And so you need to have that support too from people who can be there for you. You need to have that network. And perhaps there is something around that network with this Two of Pentacles that Spirit is talking about as well. Because I feel like you are questioning, like, how should I be in the world? What should I be giving? Who should I be giving to? Am I over giving? Because you're feeling the drain. And I feel like, yes, Spirit is coming in to say, move forward with an open mind, like keep open. But I also feel like perhaps Spirit is saying that there needs to be more balance in connections, because you are such a giver. So there needs to be something about you getting the support as well as giving the support. I'm going to ask about that, pile 2. Let me just ask. Let's come in over this one. I'm going to move these ones to the side. So I'm not 100% sure for all of you if something recently went down where somebody, like you were giving and giving and giving, and you felt like, you know what, whatever happened as a result of that giving caused you to question your values and beliefs and how much you were giving to others, because it was such a drain, and maybe there was some kind of outcome there that left you feeling very 9 of Swords. Yeah, look at that. Justice on the bottom. There has to be balance here, pile 2. There has to be some kind of balance to what you are giving out. So yes, you can keep an open mind, and yes, you are a healer. You absolutely are a healer. But let's ask about that. Tell us more about this. How does this balance come in? If pile 2 has been experiencing some 9 of Swords throughout their healing journey, or healer's journey, I'll call it, how is this balance going to come in? Or how do they get more balance? Knight of Wands, King of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. Some of you may have been drawn to pile 1. They had some similar cards here. Let me just have a look. King of Wands. Some of you need to be compensated for your work. Some of you, okay, I know that this is a little bit of a controversial topic amongst some people. Personally, I'm not a person that has any kind of issue with this. I don't do paid readings myself, but I feel like if people are putting themselves out there and doing healing work or paid spiritual work, because many of you may be doing that, and that's why I'm bringing it up, if you are spending your time and energy doing that, and this is your work, your life's work, or you are feeling like I'm putting a lot into that, then maybe some of you, there needs to be some kind of balance in terms of being like doing that more formally and setting up some kind of structure where you're being compensated for that in whatever way feels right for you. Maybe some of you are spending a lot of time and you're finding that, I don't know, maybe it's difficult for you to survive doing that, like resource-wise, or you're just finding it's a big drain on you, or maybe you're going to work 9 to 5 and then doing that out of hours and you're finding you're just exhausted. There could be something around that, a message around that coming in for some of you. There also could be support from family that you may be needing here as well. But I feel like with the King of Pentacles, this could be talking about like literal practical resource, like, you know, balancing there. Like if you are giving of your time and you feel like, you know what, this is becoming very hard to juggle. I can't do this anymore. There may be something around that. Like maybe you want to formalize it, or you want to train in a particular area as a healer and do it as a job. There could be a message in that. But I feel like your guides are coming through to talk about looking at these potentials, looking at all the ways in which you can make this work for you a little bit better, work for you in a little bit more of a balanced way, because I feel like at the moment you are giving more than you are receiving. Okay, there is something about this being off balance, and this is draining you. This is making you feel like, you know what, I am giving so much and now I'm worrying. Now I'm feeling like I've given too much and I can't keep going with it. I don't have the resources, whether that is time, whether that is energy, whether that is just the like material resources to keep going. Maybe you need more material resources to do the work that you do as a healer, whatever it is. Okay, whatever it is, there is something about redressing that imbalance to enable you to keep going here. And so moving forward with an open mind, maybe you have thought, no, I can't charge for that, or no, I'm not good enough at this job to do that. Spirit is saying, yes, you are. Maybe you have thought, no, I would need to formally train to do that. Well, perhaps there is an option to do that. Something around exploring options or looking at how you have helped others and what others would like to see you do, because I feel like whatever you are doing is very valuable here, pile 2, and I feel like if you were to ask around, others would say to you, yeah, we love what you're doing, we love what you're giving here, and this could be what the drain is. So I'm not quite sure what it is you're looking at doing or how it is it can be expanded on, but it seems to me Spirit is saying it could be helpful to look at the options. It could be helpful to look at how this could be more balanced for you, how this could come into your world in a more stable way. Let me just get a confirmation on that. How are we going to get it? Let's come in with these cards. Can we have some more on this, please, Spirit? More for pile 2. Okay, so I'm getting the word piano coming through. I don't know if some of you may be music teachers, something like that. Maybe you're doing services for free and you're just feeling like, I can't keep doing this. I need to, but there could be something around confidence and understanding your own skill and understanding what others want. I feel like others want something that you have to offer here. The Spy Master, knowledge, distrust. The Spy Master. An interesting card, okay. The Brawler, lack of empathy, confrontation. Okay, all right, we're going to need to delve into these and see what they are all about. The Spy Master. Knowledge and distrust. Let's have a look at what the book says about that one. You know what the Brawler's making me think of? It's making me think of competition. And the Spy Master is making me think of going public. Some of you are maybe shy about taking your work out into the public arena, especially maybe if this involves going online or something like that. Let's just have a look. The Spy Master. Where is it? It's hiding from me. No surprises there, hey? Okay, nothing happens in the Citadel that escapes the Spy Master's notice. They must surely be one of the most powerful people in the court, and yet their office is a small affair, crowded with papers and bottles of stale drink. In knowing how fallible people truly are, how can they trust anyone else? Knowledge is both a stepping stone to power and a poison to optimism, and in seeking it so voraciously, the Spy Master has become trapped on a lonely path. The pursuit of knowledge is a grand goal, but don't let it tarnish your opinions of the world. If you only pay attention to the negative, you can find every person's flaws, every piece of bad news, every shadow, even on a sunny day. Instead, try to exercise some positivity and forgive those around you for their faults. A relationship or situation can be so much better if its flaws are acknowledged, but not focused on above all else. Knowledge and distrust. Okay. And let's just look at the Brawler. Night falls thick and dark across the street, but not all are sleeping. The doors of the music hall pour light and warmth into the courtyard, and revellers tumble drunk and rowdy after them. A spilled drink, a sharp word, and a fight breaks out, and the Brawler is once again standing with fists raised, ready to fight their corner. set on showing the whole world that they don't care what people think of them. The brawler invites confrontations wherever they go, quick with a brash retort and ready fists. Their bull-headed manners make only the enemies, never friends. You won't ever be able to move forward until a current conflict is resolved. Whether you're in the right or not, take a moment to step back and consider things from an alternate point of view. Entering a situation with your fist raised won't resolve things. Exercise a little empathy and plans out of the way to address the matter on neutral ground. Accept this chance to improve yourself without carrying forward any malice towards others. Okay, pile 2. I certainly don't get any malice from you, but what I do feel is that perhaps there has, because of what you've been through, there have been some situations where others have not necessarily appreciated all that you have brought to the table and haven't treated you fairly because of what we've seen with you standing in the center here, and that perhaps they have disregarded you. And because of that, and because of your deep understanding as a healer of how people can sometimes be dismissive, can sometimes be unappreciative, and because of that message I was talking about, that post I'm going to share, okay, that if you were to put yourself out there, there may be people that you don't necessarily want to share yourself with again. There may be energies that you don't want to connect with, and I don't necessarily mean particular people, although it could be that for you. It may be certain people you've already connected with that you don't want to connect with again, but there may be general energies that you don't want to connect with, okay? It might not be these people, but it may be energies in general, like those energies you have engaged with before, that you are reluctant to engage with again. And so this keeps you feeling, you know what, I don't know if I want to put myself out there. I don't know if I want to make myself exposed. I don't know if I want to be vulnerable and be this healer. I've done it before and look where it got me. I feel like Spirit is saying, keep open, keep yourself open-minded to it, but also with the other message, and I'm going to go into this a little bit in a moment, there is something about boundaries, okay? There is something about boundaries. I'm not saying throw yourself out there and make yourself vulnerable, because this isn't a nice place to be, and I wouldn't want to see you here. Definitely, this is not a nice place to be, okay? And so that's not something that I'm saying put yourself into. So let's have a look and see what Spirit recommends, because you don't want to be around the brawlers. You don't want to be around all the brawlers, right? You know, people that are going to complain to you and expect you to fix everything for them. Yeah, protect yourself. And I don't mean that for Pentacles in a negative way, but it's okay to protect yourself from energies that don't align with you. So how will you do this? How do you get yourself, how do you get yourself out there as a healer, doing the things that feel balanced for you, but not connecting with energies that want to take and aren't appreciative and aren't kind, maybe, because that was the word that came through before. So we've got challenge. It may be about, like I said, it may be about connecting with those who are prepared to reciprocate for your time, you know, who are prepared to maybe pay a fee for your time, or who are prepared to be reciprocal, you know, with your energy as a healer, to really value your time yourself. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus from the problem back to love. All right, let's just keep going. I want to get some more kind of practical advice here on how you can do this, because I feel there is something about you taking your work out into the world in a certain way. And I feel like it's going to come through in an image. Okay. Ask for help. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. Okay, so this is Neptune. He's got his trident. He's got his hand on her head. So there may be somebody who has already forged this path as a healer in the particular area you want to go into. If this message is resonating with you, I'm also being very drawn to the number 14 at the top. And there may be advice that they have for you as to how to connect with a particular community or get yourself out there in a way that connects with people who may want your service or want your help. because I feel like there's something about you having put yourself out there and kind of opened yourself up to a very wide group of people who may have come in and just taken. And so it may be about connecting with someone who has walked this path before you, whether that is by, you know, if you want to put yourself there out in a, like on a social platform, or if you want to put yourself out there in a workplace, or you want to study in some way, something about speaking to someone who has already walked that path and they know certain ways of connecting with the right people, or maybe blocking the wrong people from connecting or draining your energy. This is about protecting your energy, okay, and valuing, sorry, it's finding it hard. It almost came through as Valerie, valuing your energy. Okay, so this is about keeping an open mind, maybe about who you connect with as well. I'll just see if I can get a couple of last cards here for you, pile 2. I hope that this is helpful. Feels like a very specific message coming through today. Anything else for pile 2, please? Okay, I've just got the word or the name Sunday, name of day. So something about Sunday could be relevant. 7 of Wands, the 7th day, 7, something about 7. 7. This is defending yourself. This is about defending yourself, protecting yourself. It almost feels like a doorway, right? Like, who do you let in? How do you keep yourself defended? Standing your ground, having the right people behind you too, because I'm noticing those red ribbons behind him, and he's got the red ribbon around his. So it's having the right people have your back as well. So this is about making connections with the right people, not being afraid, because there's something that feels like you have felt a little bit isolated here, and very much like, I'll do this by connecting and giving to everyone, and that will get me on the right path. But that approach hasn't served you necessarily well, or some of you well, if the message connects here, pile 2. And so Spirit is coming through to say, you know what, you're an incredible healer, an incredible person, pile 2, and you have something to offer. But Spirit also wants you to recognize that you, your time is worthy, okay, and you are worthy of being protected, and not everybody deserves to just have free access to everything that you have to offer. So protect it, okay, value it, and don't be afraid to reach out to others who have walked the path before you and say, hey, would you mind just give me 5 minutes of your time just to, I mean, not everyone will help you. Not everyone is kind, as you know. Not everyone is kind. I'm sorry. That is just the truth. Not everyone has connected in with their kindness. Even some people who will preach about it are not always kind, but many people are kind, and many people will just spend 5 minutes just saying to you, well, this has worked for me, or this hasn't worked for me, or, you know, and just knowing those people are there, or just knowing that maybe a few little tips and tricks may help to just get you a little bit more in a space that feels more connected. And also, don't be afraid to say, if this is what you want to do for your work, my time is valuable. I feel like someone needs to hear that. Okay, pile 2, I'm leaving it there. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If this resonated, please hit that like button, but also hit that notification, because that's how you know when I'm posting. There's going to be a lot of channeled messages on this actual channel, not just picker cards, because that's what I'm called to do, and I want them to be for those of you who are called here, and I want Spirit to be able to just come through this channel and connect for us all. So hopefully that is something that is helpful to you and you enjoy. All right, see you guys. Bye. And sorry, pile 2, I just forgot to do your letters. So let me just quickly add those on. These could be letters that connect with your name, or maybe just a word that is important to you. But I'll just add them in here. We've got H, Q, D, S, N, E, T, L, R, D, G, N, and R. I just didn't want to leave them off because I'd done them for pile 1. Anyway, just wanted to add those in, and the name Rachel is coming to mind as I'm just sitting here as well. Okay, just leaving that with you, pile 2. Bye-bye. Okay, beautiful pile 3. Let's pop your heart here and we'll move your card over there. And let's give your tarot a shuffle. What would your guides like to share with you for pile 3, please? Pile 3. What is the message for our lovely pile 3s? Okay, let's have a look. You have got the Fool, Justice, Temperance, the 7 of Swords, the 10 of Wands, and the 5 of Swords. Let's flip your first card. Living light energy. See the beauty in life. Okay. Let me just sit with these for a moment. I do feel with this top row here, pile 3, that your guides are coming in asking you to really perhaps release something here to do with some heaviness that could have been going on. We've got the 7 and the 5 of Swords sitting underneath and the 10 of Wands. And so this bottom row makes me feel that perhaps you were trying to, or you have recently been making some kind of shift away from some heavy energy or something that may have gone on in your environment that has felt maybe not aligned with where you've been wanting to go. It could be a particular circumstance or situation, or even to do with a person in your environment that hasn't, the situation hasn't felt good. It's felt heavy. It's felt maybe like it could have caused you to lose a little bit of faith in a connection, or how somebody has treated you hasn't felt right, or the direction that you were heading with someone, you know, you thought, I thought it was aligning with me, but it didn't work out that way. And now I'm looking at myself heading in a new direction, bringing this kind of balance back into my life, because whatever was going on, it didn't work out the way I thought it was going to work out. I thought it was right for me. I thought it was a good fit, and it turned out to be completely different. And so with living light energy here, see the beauty in life, it's almost like trying to tap back in to that energy of optimism. You may have found yourself feeling deflated, or feeling like, you know what, I had so much joy for something, I had so much happiness in something, I felt like I was on this beautiful path, and then it all kind of tipped and skewed and looked to me like, wow, that wasn't what I thought it would be. That wasn't what I expected here. And so it feels like with this top row, especially with Temperance and Justice, that you're really trying to bring this balance back into your world, and trying as well with the Fool card to restore some enthusiasm for a new direction. Okay, or restore enthusiasm. It's like find enthusiasm for a new direction here. And so I feel like your guides are coming back in, or coming back in. That's interesting. And so maybe there is something about reconnecting with your guides as well, or reconnecting with this energy of feeling like yourself again. And so you may feel like you were lost for a little while, or you went off on a path that, although it felt good in the moment, ended up not being what it promised, or what it looked like it promised to be. And then you kind of hit this bottoming out where it was like, oh, that looked like it was great, that felt great in the moment, and now here I am at this point where I don't have a lot of optimism. I feel like I'm at this heavy burdened place of feeling like somebody let me down, something let me down, something didn't turn out to be what it promised to be with this 7 of Swords and 5 of Swords. Somebody's behavior might not have been what you expected it to be. We'll explore that a little bit for those who resonate with it. But now I feel like with this top row, you are shifting away from that and finding this new balance here, finding this new energy. And you could be, for those of you coming to pile 3, at different stages of this journey. So some of you could be just starting to connect or reconnect with this energy of balance here, and starting to say, okay, I can see a new light and a new path forward, or reconnect with maybe your guides, or reconnect with maybe old friends, reconnect with something that feels like you. That's the message I'm getting. This almost feels like reconnecting with the old you, the old energy that was there before, whatever this was that didn't turn out to be what you thought it was going to be. And so I want to look on the bottom here. 8 of Wands. There's some kind of communication here, perhaps, that is coming through. Let's just have a look. I might just come down here. Now, if this isn't resonating with you, it may not be your pile, but it does feel like 2 very distinct energies coming through in your pile 3. So I just want to come down to the bottom and see what this may have been connected to. For pile 3, please, Spirit, can you show me a little bit more about what this was about? So what I'm getting as I'm shuffling is this, or these words, pulling yourself up. And I was given the image of a sock. That's a funny thing. Not that I'm calling you a sock, pile 3, but almost like we might lift a sock up, you know, like pulling it up. And so the foot, there may be something about the foot, and the foot represents the path that we move forward with, okay? So the direction that we are heading. Let's just have a look. The Tower, something crumbled here. The King of Pentacles, something that we perhaps felt was quite stable. And it may have been very important to you. Okay, at some point this was very important to you. With this 5 of Cups, it could have felt very important, and it also could have left you with a deep sense of disappointment. Now, it could have been a connection here with somebody. It could have been it was a certain pathway is what I'm getting with that message about the sock and the foot. Okay, I know that is a funny kind of message to come through. Interesting that you've got the heart as your stone as well. So it was something connected, I feel, to the heart, something that was very important to you, that held value to you. But it turned out to be a disappointment. It turned out to be not what you thought it would be. And here you are on your path at different points on that path for those of you coming to pile 3. But ready to take this leap into the unknown, this leap that, although it feels unknown, like this new direction forward, also at the same time feels like a reconnection to the old self. And so you are finding this sense of harmony and balance that feels like this is the old me, but it is also a step in a new direction. And I feel like your guides are coming through to say that this is going to allow you to, well, it's going to allow you to see the beauty in life, but they are also encouraging you to see the beauty in life. As I'm holding this card, I'm being called to actually get another card from this deck. So I'm just going to do that now. Let me just see what it is that's wanting to come through from this actual deck here. What is it that's wanting to come through? There's something from Source wanting to come through from this deck. An important message for you, pile 3. Kundalini rising, ignite your passion for life. Something about whatever went on down here has triggered a particular energy within you, pile 3. See the beauty in life. Kundalini rising, ignite your passion for life. So many of you, after whatever left you feeling this 5 of Cups energy, may have actually gone into a very still period of feeling like I'm uninspired, or I don't feel like doing anything much. I don't feel like I have much passion to move in any particular direction. Let me get the book for this card, because I really feel called to see if there is a particular message attached to this card that's wanting to come through. Okay, I'm not going to read it all because it's quite long, but it just says here as a bit of a summary, you are dissolving personal patterns that are no longer needed. If it is not serving you at the highest level, it will soon be removed. The release of Kundalini energy can herald great change. Assess the success of your coping strategies during stressful and emotional periods, which is what I feel you went through here. Forever changed by your experiences. That is what it wanted to bring through here. Yeah, you are forever changed by whatever went on down here. Okay, reignite your fire and passion for life by connecting to your inner spark. Shadow aspect, ambition, rebellious, risk-taking. Okay. Sacred crystal is the tiger's eye, and the angel we have attached is Malahel. Removing toxicity, self-expression. I am my own healer. I hear these messages loud and clear. So whatever went on for you, I feel like that was the key. That was what I was being called to share here. That whatever went on here for you, pile 3, has changed you at such a deep level that it has ignited you. It has lit something within you. And here we see the beauty in life. It has enabled you to see layers that maybe previously, and I'm not saying that you didn't see beauty within life. Oh, can you hear that? Sorry. This shift that is just gone on as I'm talking here. I'm not saying that you didn't see beauty within life prior to whatever you went through. You did see beauty, but I feel like whatever process happened through this difficult experience, whatever process went on there, and it was difficult, I can see that. It was very difficult. You've got Tower, you've got 5 of Cups, you've got these swords that went on, okay? Whatever went on there impacted you and affected you and created this deep shift at a very profound level. And that is enabling you to see not just the beauty in life, but to see things at a very, to see the complex and deeper layers of things at work. And so with the Fool here, perhaps this is going to impact the direction that you take and the way that you step into this new energy. And so not only is there balance coming in here, but there is something about this new energy that I want to explore, because whatever you are moving into, I feel like it is a new pathway for you that is opening up, that is not just magical, it is you seeing the world through a new lens and connecting with things in a way that you haven't connected before. So it's interesting that as I moved into this reading, I was talking about you reconnecting with a past version of yourself, but you are also connecting with this future version of yourself. I hope that that's making sense. I want to move pile 3 to these cards. The Citadel. Tell me more. I feel like this card wants to take center stage. Tell me more. Actually, and the Fool. About where pile 3 is heading. So it's like your guides wanted to come forward to tell a little bit of the backstory here, because something went on to trigger this. If your guides had have just come in and said, okay, pile 3 is stepping into this new journey that, yes, it connects with a past version of yourself and you feel like you are yourself again, that doesn't really tell the story. They need to talk about your journey of what got you here and how it is, I don't want to just say causing, how it has created this rising up in you that has triggered this ability to look at the world and everything around you, the beauty around you and the world around you in a completely different way. And the word I get is molecular. Okay, that's the word that's coming through. So maybe that is something you've been thinking about, or you've been thinking about how things suddenly look different to you, or how you're suddenly seeing things in a different way, or you are able to see the very intricate details of maybe situations, circumstances, maybe even particular objects look different to you, pile 3. It may even come through in that way to you. Tell me more about this pile, please, Spirit. More about this for pile 3. What an amazing energy. So as I'm shuffling, I'm getting something about a kitchen. Now, I don't know if somebody was standing in their kitchen or something about the kitchen is relevant here, but I feel like there is something around a kitchen, and I'm just sitting here for a moment, just holding on to this message, because there may be something around, well, kitchens are places where we create and we consume sustenance, right? So the things that you are taking in, something around the kitchen, I'm not quite sure how that's connecting. I'm just going to leave that message. It may expand as we're moving through here. I wasn't really getting much more than just kitchen there, but let's just see where that goes. Sometimes a message will pop in like that. Okay, so I just got microwave too. It's funny because I have a deck that is all about the home and it has things like that in it. So perhaps I need to get that deck out. The Queen, determination, sacrifice. The Queen. Of the Crown, and look at this Kundalini rising, which often we will see coming down from lower here, but it's very much focused on this crown area. determination, sacrifice, and the gambler, loss and risk. All right. The Queen. To me, the Queen here is making me think of not just the crown and wearing the crown and your sovereignty here, and of course determination and sacrifice come into that, but it's making me think of your own let me just hold on to it. It's making me think of your place, the way that the sword is going through the crown, like where you are anchored here. And with the gambler coming in next to it, risk and loss, it's like the hand that I play in things, like where do I fit in, how things move around whilst I am at the center of my own universe. I just want to get the book for this one and just expand on these messages. I just find this book goes into such detail and just is so helpful with these particular cards. So let me just have a look. The throne room is an austere affair, lined with tapestries and portraits of past rulers. At the far end, the throne commands attention. It represents power and sacrifices made by those who have sat on it. Occupying it now is the Queen, sitting tall and proud, ready for a day full of difficult decisions. But this is a position that they have worked hard to reach. See, we talked about that. We talked about what you have moved through to get to where you are. Okay, and remember, with all cards, I believe, we're not talking about gender here. So just keep that in mind. Okay, and they will not shy away from the responsibilities that have come in the wake of their ambition. You've left a lot of things behind in order to get to where you are now, but regretting your decision will only tarnish the glory of what you have achieved. There will be more of these challenges in the future. Come to terms with the fact that achieving your goals is worth all of them. So perhaps there has been a lot of reflection about what it took to move to this space. Maybe that's why these cards of balance come up here. Maybe that's why justice and temperance have appeared up here. And of course, that's Libra and Sagittarius energy up there. Maybe that's why they appear. You've got Aquarius energy here. Maybe that's why I kept being pulled back to the message that various people coming to pile 3 are at different points in this process. Maybe some of you are ready to take this leap straight off this cliff here in the Fool, and others are still at this process of finding the balance, feeling like, I'm starting to feel like the old me again, but I'm still a little bit called back to this energy. There could be different places that different people are feeling like they're at in this process, but many of you, I feel, are starting to feel this rising up here and starting to see the different perspectives and the beauty within things, and that energy of the intricacy within everything around you. And so this Queen energy is really building and really starting to be felt, this presence of the crown on your head, this weight maybe of the crown on your head, which may be calling you to think about all that you have moved through to get here. So let's look at this gambler. Dice rattle in the cups. Voices shout in celebration or disappointment as the cards are revealed. The air is thick and smoky and all around you. Coins are exchanged in ever-growing amounts. The victorious rejoice and the unlucky grasp desperately for just a glimmer of success. One figure sits hunched at a table, patting their pockets for a last coin, a final trinket, something to gamble away in search of the fortune that must surely be waiting in the next hand. The gambler keeps coming back, convinced that things will eventually turn in their favour, Repetition does not necessarily mean success. However, for the gambler, it means losing everything. Whatever obstacle you keep encountering, doing the same thing over again clearly isn't working. Stop gambling on the hope that things will change. Instead, change your habits or your approach if you want to make any progress. So this may be a little bit of a message for those of you who feel like this energy down here had that energy of the gambler. Was there something that you kept returning to? And this may only be for a few people. Remember, as always, these messages are about taking what resonates. Was there something down here that had you returning, that had you feeling called back, that had you feeling like, I'm going to go back and take another try, take another chance, put my hand in the pocket for that gamble? Or maybe there is something you have learnt about this gambling energy that you see in the energies around you about that gambling energy, because I feel like the weight or the, and I say that not necessarily in a negative way, the weight of the crown, because sometimes we think of the weight being this heaviness, but just the awareness that you wear this crown is there. You're aware of that now. And so maybe now you're able to see a pattern that was there for you, and maybe you can see that in the energies around you. It says here, see the beauty in life, and maybe you're able to look at it and say, I see this in others, and maybe I can see that it's something that I can look at and not, I can release any judgment around that, or I can release any heaviness or guilt I maybe felt around that, or maybe just release that, and maybe you see it in others or see it in what is going on around you. And so take that if and how it connects for you, that gambler card. But I feel like this is a beautiful energy that various people here are moving into and are at different places at. And so just wanted to share that there. Let's keep going. Pile 3. What else for pile 3? So the gambler energy may just be something that you recognize was there. Desire. I love that. I want to put that right with this card 22, Kundalini rising. And see the beauty in life. We're going to get one more of these just to expand on that. Desire. What is it that you really want here, pile 3? Your guides are asking you to really recognize that. What is it that you want to step towards? What is it that your heart really wants? The weaver, the ability to weave this into being. And that came up for one of the other piles too. And so I love that this spider weaver energy is making itself known in this reading. And I love how these cards will sometimes thread and weave through the different piles. What else? Peaceful. This new energy of peace. And so it may appear at first glance that the energy of passion doesn't necessarily sit with peace, but I feel like it can so beautifully sit with the energy of peace, because when we are in alignment with our passion and when we are moving towards what it is that feels so right for us, and when we can look at maybe past patterns and release them or sit with them without judgment and say, that's where I was, and that's maybe was a helpful step to moving me to where it is that I want to go now, or moving me towards my passion and this beautiful rising energy that is within me, that can feel so beautiful and peaceful. And I love how the fire is right next to this woman warming her. And also this picture that reminds me of the vision. Where is it we want to go? And also the window that is another representation of forward movement, where we want to go, our vision, our manifestation, our thought form, our visualization. And so I love that, the connection between peace and passion. Okay, one more here for our beautiful pile 3, and I will just see what else your guides would like to share. Physical touch is important. For some, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. Interesting card for you to get, pile 3, because down here, and we talked about this maybe being connected to the heart, and for some of you, this may be being connected to an important person in your life or an important connection. And it may be for a few that this could have been someone that you had physical touch with, or you had, even if that was holding hands, a hug, anything like that. And so maybe this is that's plural, right? So maybe there were people here, multiple people. Maybe there's been a little bit of a disconnect or a withdrawal from physical touch or a group or being around people, something around that. Maybe it's a little bit of a reminder just to connect with those that are important to you, or maybe there is a reminder here to connect with those in a physical way if that feels like something you've been missing. There could also be something around the physical vessel that you're wanting to reconnect with on this journey. I'll get one more here just to expand a little bit. What else for pile 3, please? What else do your guides want to say? I feel like your reading is getting very gentle. The only thing that is real is love. And I'm not quite sure why this card also came through in another pile. See, I love it when this happens. Shift your focus from the problem back to love. I'm not sure why pile 3, but it feels to me like something around this may have left you in a space of feeling that love was something that felt very loving to you, felt like it went into a very quiet space and that you withdrew, and that your guides are coming forward to say that you are coming out of that space and you are reconnecting with passion and with others. And so these 2 cards here just feel so like an awakening. They feel like an awakening energy, and they feel like you really bringing your energy and your fire back out into the world, and that you are doing it in a way that is old, like it's the old you awakening, but it's also a new you with a new way of seeing things and a new way of connecting. And so I hope that this reading has been helpful to you. And pile 3, just like I did for pile 2, I forgot to pull any letters for you guys. I had pulled the letters for pile 1, and I thought I should pull them for all piles or no piles. So I'm popping back in just to pull some here. These could be letters that connect with your name, or maybe even a word that is important for you. So let me do that now. Got a charm in there. For pile 3, please, Spirit. The F just popped up as I was rolling these, and the name Fiona came through to me. We've got Z, V, C, R, N, another V, H, N, and K. All right, I will leave it there. If the message did resonate with you, please hit that like button. It will help this channel to get off the ground, hopefully, and the notification as well if you would like to know when I'm publishing videos. And thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you so much love, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye.